Sup, guys? Listen. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. I don't really have time to explain. Uh, just I don't even have Adobe to edit the videos, so it's gonna be a rough few months, but we're gonna get through it. So, you like my shirt? Maybe. This makes me feel cooler. But the problem is, it doesn't actually have a mic. Sorry, headphones, so I can't hear anything. So, oh, I've also got like an oximeter in the last 3 months. Oh, yeah, COVID, right? Look, let's check out my oxygen levels. Come on. Yeah. Oh, my heart rate's going up. Yeah, that's because I'm filming this video. Hold on. I'm getting more nervous. I think it's gonna hit 90. Hold on, I need to calm down. Damn it. Go down. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Yeah. Oh, it's going up. Don't hit 100. I'm chill. I'm chilling. I'm gonna chill. I'm just gonna sit here till it goes down. Yeah. We're just gonna keep chilling. Damn, it keeps going up. Why is it? It's fine. It's because I keep getting incensed. It's fine. Didn't like it anyway. Anyways, so yeah, COVID happened. Well, actually, no. I think I started a YouTube channel during COVID. So, interesting. Anyways, so let's get started. I think it's Sunday. Right now it's 8 p.m. So I'm just gonna do some tech news because this is usually what I do on a Sunday. And I'm gonna call this segment. Hold on, let me share my screen. Yeah, I know how to use PowerPoint. Here we go. This segment is called Let's Read the News Together. Yeah? See, I've got a date. That date proves that we're going to read the news together. The problem I have is, how the hell do I edit it? Hold on, guys, I'm not used to actually bloody... here we go. Yes. Ooh, what color should I use? I think red is good, right? Damn, hold on. Pen. Oh yeah, thanks Reddit. Does that work? Does that just stay there? Guys, how do you erase? Okay. Next up. Okay, so what I basically did is I got damn, how do I get... Yeah, discard it. So I basically got a bunch of news articles from Reddit where the titles were interesting to me. And I haven't actually read the article themselves. I've just seen the title. So we're gonna just crack on and just see what happens. So this first one's pretty interesting. Biden and you know what? I just prefer using it like this because I can actually like draw. Oh my god! I found the sickest pen. It matches my shirt. Anyways, Biden and Xi agree that humans, not AI, should control nuclear arms. Sorry, it's not serious enough. Let's make it serious. Red is serious. This is a warning. I don't know when AI was ever thought about. And now I need to figure out what the hell is going on. So we're just gonna read it and see what happens. Let's open that. And together we're gonna try and become actual. Oh my god. I'm using a guest browser and I'm seeing ads. Sorry guys, I haven't seen ads for this long. But essentially, sorry, my mouse pad just dropped. Jeez, come on. Come on, professional. I'm trying to be so professional right now. Anyways, what the hell is going on? Why do they need to agree? Why do they need to agree? U.S. President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed on Saturday that human beings and not artificial intelligence should make decisions over the use of nuclear weapons. What? They affirmed the need to maintain human control over the decision. I'm sorry, what? When did they need to? I mean, I'm glad they agreed, but why was it ever a question? Washington has been pushing Beijing for months to break a long-standing resistance to nuclear arms talks. What do you mean a long-standing resistance? You mean like on like what to do? Ah, as in like what to do. What to do. Shh. We saw some opportunities. Okay. Arms control. Okay, right. Okay, I see. So they're trying to convince China to essentially not let other countries build nuclear arms. Have they never formally spoken about nuclear arms? Why do I feel like things have happened? Like, why do I feel like before everyone got to use nuclear weapons, I thought they like agreed. I don't know, guys. We're gonna have to figure this out. Yeah, they've got the nuclear triad, which means they can shoot nuclear weapons from anywhere, essentially. No first use and maintaining a modern nuclear deterrence that is minimal. Yeah. Okay. So we don't actually know what China thinks about using it. Okay, so they haven't actually agreed. Ooh, they've modernized their nuclear program. Interesting. I think nuclear is such a bad idea, but I understand. I think that's the only reason we've had like no World War III, because it's such a devastating thing. Interesting. All right, let's move on. Well, I'm glad they can agree on that. I'm glad the Biden looks awfully relaxed. Oh, let's see if it's gonna be the same with Trump. I think it will. I don't think he's into nuclear stuff, but not too sure. Okay, right, interesting. So we know AI is not going to control nuclear arms. Glad they can agree on that. Big deal. I saw this one which said AI spending is going to exceed $250 billion next year. $250 billion. Trillion is 1,000 billion, so $250 billion is 250 billion, right? Let's see, where's all this money going? I still think this AI spending is insane. Where's all the money? I mean, jeez. Basically, no one wants to miss the wave, do they? Because we keep missing it. I mean, I was going to say first it was a dot-com boom, but I don't know. I wasn't alive during that time. I've got no idea. AI spending to exceed a trillion next. $250 billion. Jeez, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but are you including Nvidia as part of that? AI CapEx accelerating. Big tech's AI-fueled capital expenditure serves as a barometer for the broader AI industry. That's true. Yes, I know. Recognize multi-billion-dollar revenue streams. Are they actually making money from it? The four are also leading the charge. I know they're spending a lot of money on it, but it's really expensive. Big tech spent $74 billion on CapEx. Wow. And it went all the way up to $109 billion. Wow. Oh my gosh. Who's spending the most? So it looks like, I mean, year to date 2024. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Meta is kind of behind on the AI bits. Like, I know they're focusing on the glasses. Oh god, what else did they have? Just all the glasses. Those are the main things. But that was competing with the Vision, or almost competing with the Apple Vision Pro. But Meta are doing kind of okay. I know Microsoft has spent a lot on that. Amazon, I'm surprised at how much Amazon is spending. And I'm surprised at how little Google is spending, because I've heard more about Google Gemini than I've heard about Amazon. I wonder where exactly Amazon is spending it, because they don't have like a as far as I'm aware, they don't have like a flagship AI product. Whereas Microsoft definitely does. Yeah, we know. Copilots everywhere. They're trying to shove it into our machines. We know. Interesting. Um, God, this is terrible for the environment, by the way, guys. Right. Multi. Yeah, they keep saying it's gonna have a multi-trillion-dollar economic impact. They're gonna think 5.7 trillion to the economy. Wow. Oh, okay. So saying the mobile economy had an impact, and see, this is what I mean. Big tech leaders are aware of how critical it is to capture and capitalize on an opportunity of this magnitude and will not miss it. Essentially, Bitcoin, no one gave a crap, so that was missed. Mobile, like Windows Phone, that was missed when like Apple was coming up. There's probably more, but I can't think of any. But I'm aware, like people don't want to miss the next wave. It happens with social media platforms, like for example TikTok. Before it used to be Musically, maybe another one, ByteDance. No, I think ByteDance was the name of the original company that purchased it. But I specifically remember when I know Vine was separate. Vine came out, and that was kind of like a fun thing, and then Musically came out, and then that was also for the kids. It wasn't really taken seriously because it was called Musically, so people only did really music, dance covers to it, and things like that. And then TikTok came out, and you can tell whenever a new social media comes up, people want to be the first to rush because they're like, yes, new revenue opportunities, instead of like just wanting to use it for the sake of using it. So that's quite interesting. So yeah, I can see that it's the same with this AI stuff as well. So okay, so saying they're already realizing gains. Revenues in the monthly Forbes, no Grammarly, no nothing. AI revenue is in the monthly $1 billion range, with millions to billions of users for products. Okay, guys, but you're not saying profit. I know revenue is high. I know people are spending on it, but profit. Hello, GPUs are not cheap. GPUs are not cheap, and they're gonna have to spend a lot more money just to get some money back. They're spending a lot. Look at that, and they're gonna spend more. Like they're all trying to keeping up with the Joneses. Joneses. English is not my first language, guys. Oh, my chair keeps falling. Okay, right. Let's keep it moving. Executive signal AI demand is lasting requirement. Yeah, it just seems like it's like a money pit. People are just throwing money, and I can't see a way for them to, because no one wants to pay for it either. I know people are paying for it, but it's really expensive, so they have to find a way to make it somewhat cheaper. Interesting. Okay, right, what do we have up next? I like that, actually. You know what? Let's give this a rating out of 10. Let's give that a solid. I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. Just because I like stats. Right. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight shows Netflix still struggles with live events. Okay, this one was interesting to me because I watched this fight. First things first, that fight, I'm not sure if I would class it as a fight, personally. But I understand. I think Jake Paul made like $40 million and Tyson made like $20 million. So it was insane. I have no idea. But it was their first live event. Okay, I think what I realized is with the live event, when you're watching it live, it crashes. But if you go back a few minutes, it's fine. So I saw that randomly on Twitter from someone said move back 3 minutes and it's fine. All I had to do was just stay off social media, so no one told me who won. Even though I could have, I don't know. How did I get bamboozled? It was literally like, guys, like I don't watch. I got green stains because I was doing that. Anyways, it started at 1 a.m. UK time, but the fight didn't start until like 4 a.m. UK time because they do like pre-fights apparently. So there was like 3 different matches that happened before then. The girls' fights, that was intense. She had like a slit in her eyebrow. I mean, we're moving away from tech, but let's look at the actual technical difficulties that they were having. So I knew it was crashing because it crashed for me. 530,000 reports in the United States. 120 million people on Netflix. We crashed the site. Is that true? Is that true? 60 million households watched the fight live, with viewership peaking at 65 million. Okay, so that must have been. Okay, right. Okay, so there must have been 60 million on there generally, and then another 60 maybe, who came to watch the live event. It's definitely the biggest test of their live infrastructure. I'll give them that. Oh, I think it was their first event, right? Now they've got 2 NFL games on Christmas Day and WWE Raw. Yeah, they're definitely going. Oh, you could just tell this is going to be another service that it's not going to be included. They're going to have like a Netflix sports. We're going back into cable, isn't it? So it's going to go back into like a similar setup to Sky Sports or whatever you guys use in your countries. But yeah, they're gonna set this up. They're gonna get us used to it, and then they're gonna make it into its own service plan. And from that service plan, it's gonna obviously cost a lot, because the cost for licensing like fights and NFL games and football matches, and I don't know how much WWE costs, but I know it's in the billions in terms of like the licensing rights to take over. I think Amazon tried it, but I don't know how much Amazon spent. Actually, let's figure it out. How much did Amazon spend on football licensing? $11 billion to have exclusive licensing rights for the National Football League's Thursday Night Football. That was insane. $1 billion annually for NFL rights. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that's what Netflix is potentially competing with, and Amazon has a lot of money from their cloud services that they can just, and obviously Amazon Prime as well. So they have a lot of diversification, whereas Netflix just does streaming. So I don't know how they're going to be able to finance the ability to pay for licensing from that. But interesting, regardless. So I think I'm going to give that solid. I mean, I've given up on the rating. I just think I'm just very sad that Mike Tyson lost his fight. It's nice to see, it would have been nice to see a 58-year-old guy just beat up him. But apparently he had 8 blood transfusions or something ridiculous. He put a tweet up saying in June he was going to die, and he managed to survive. Anyways, right, let's keep it moving. 23andMe lays off 40% of his workforce. If anyone's working for 23andMe and you've lost your job, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. They're the DNA people, aren't they? They're the ones who are like, oh, you are like part Neanderthal or something. Right? 40% of his workforce ends therapeutics division. A therapeutics division? What does that mean? Did they make any money? Let's see. 200 employees. Oh, okay. And it's discontinuing its therapeutics. Restructuring efforts were announced by 23andMe. Okay. They do clinical trials for assets related to drug development, and they did cancer treatment trials. Is this what they use the data for? I know they got hacked. Okay, it went public. Okay. Well, why would you go public if you don't have a tested? This is the thing I don't understand. Is like people, they go for IPOs so quickly just to get that funding as quick as possible, but they don't have like a stable, profitable business model. Particularly with buyers of his saliva testing kits only needing to make the purchase once. Yeah, that's I would have literally. You did not, guys. How can you become profitable if there's no reason for someone to buy from you after you've told them exactly where their DNA's come from? That's what I mean. Like, they were the people you buy DNA kits from, or whatever, the DNA testing kits, and then you do your, if you don't know, you buy a DNA testing kit. I'll show you what it looks like. Search Google images. See, you buy this, and that's insane. Testing kit. You buy a lot. It was literally right there. Yeah. So you basically. Oh my god, you can't even see that. Here you go. It's close enough. So you buy this thing, and you basically you swab it, It gets a bit of your DNA from your cheek or something, maybe from up your nose. I'm not sure. I haven't actually done it myself. I would never. There's not enough DNA. It's obvious where I'm from. If you know, you know. It's literally on my LinkedIn page. I'm from the United Kingdom. So you basically swab, you spit, whatever, and then results come back to you, and then you see the results, and then it's like, bam, you are this percentage. It's the funniest thing because I'm sure there's like YouTube videos where people are like, oh, you know, I'm 2% this or whatever. It always ends up being like I'm 2% black or something, and people are just like, oh my god, and then they start behaving differently. But yeah, of course, you're gonna run out of people who have the money. First of all, it was expensive. I'm pretty sure it was like 130 quid, 150 quid, maybe more, because of inflation. Yeah, you run out of people doing it, so you need a way to bring them back. Of course, they're gonna cut costs, but now the thing is they've got all the data. So I think they can, once they make all these cuts, they have to find a way to be able to. But then, is the data useful? Is the data useful after however many years, or is it more useful if these people keep coming back? That's the thing. Like, I think they should have just done something healthcare, and given that data to doctors and stuff, or they must have. Yeah, I mean, it's all on the dark net now anyway. So if anyone's used it, someone somewhere has your DNA. And they can make little babies of you. Little stem cells. I don't know what you can do with DNA. That's the only thing I don't know. It's like next level identity fraud, isn't it? What can you do with someone's DNA? What can you do with someone's DNA? You could do paternity tests. You could do paternity tests. Yeah, do that. You can unmask their private medical conditions. You can establish paternity. You could start Maury. You are not the father. You are not the father. You could literally redo Maury. Here we go. Here's Maury. You are the father. And what you do is you find these people online and you say, and you get an ancestry.co.uk or .com account, and you tell them, and you're like, I've scanned your DNA. You are the father of this child. And you just freak people out. It must be the same for like maternity tests, right? Right? Okay, let's keep it moving. That was pretty good. Okay, Blue Sky. Yes, the Great Migration to Blue Sky. That was the other thing. If you didn't know, now you know. Blue Sky. People are moving there. I don't know why. I heard it looks the exact same. Blue Sky. Ooh. I heard it looks the same as Twitter. Like, exactly the same. Oh. It looks exactly the same, guys. Is that allowed? I mean, I guess you can't. Congrats, Big Reddy, on your law school applications. Big Mama. Is that true? I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, I see why they're moving. More than 1 million people have moved to Blue Sky. So, this is what I mean, guys. If you want, I'm never going to open a Blue Sky account. I'll tell you that now. I have no opinions. I have no thoughts. I have nothing to say, really. I'm just chilling. Blue Sky is different because it's operated as a public benefit corporation and not owned by an oligarch. It's also decentralized and it's federated. Really? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have enough information. I don't have enough data to be able to make an answer. I don't know. Blue Sky feels more vibrant and more filled with real. I mean, I can believe that. yeah, I can see why it surpassed Threads, because I think you couldn't even get into Threads without being able to. Yeah, it's the fact that I'm big Twitter accounts and I'm larger than them. Feels like this. Yeah, I mean, if I would make it, if I had a Twitter account, I would move to Blue Sky. There's no point. You might as well just move and have as many accounts. But I do think there's too many accounts, and it's hard to get your followers to follow you across different platforms. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, we're gonna have to look into Blue Sky one day and just figure out like how it's actually set up. Let me put a note, guys. I have a note. This is exactly how I plan my YouTube videos. So I put general tech news, which is what we're doing. Then I've got MSP news, and then we've got positive news / humor news, which is when I get like a bit, when you get a bit depressed reading the news too much, and you need something happy. So that's what I'll do. But I think let's do a Blue Sky investigation and just see, are they what they say they are? Blue Sky. I really want to call it Blue Ski. I don't like calling it Blue Sky. Blue Sky investigations. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to investigate in terms of like any of these topics. Because there's too many. There's too many. Okay, well, let's keep it moving. On to the next one. I need to keep this guest profile up. Right, so that's interesting. This was interesting. Major brands like Disney, IBM, and Warner Bros. Resume ads on X after a year-long boycott. What's driving their comeback? I can tell you what's driving their comeback without even seeing the news. It's Elon's proximity to Trump. I can tell you that now. I guarantee that's what he's going to say. I guarantee it. It has to be. It has to be. They didn't care. They didn't care about him when he was, just the Tesla dude. But now they do. Let's see. Maybe because it's like a lot cheaper. Yeah, so they had he allegedly endorsed an anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. What doesn't he endorse? I think he's like a contrarian, Elon Musk. Sometimes he just talks the talk. Challenger brands. Okay. What happened? Oh, okay. Well, they're saying it's because of Linda Yaccarino or Yaccarino. He said, we appreciate management. Thanks, Linda, whole X team for your whole work in restoring. Okay, right, here we go. Here's the real answer, guys. Ignore Linda. Enough to do with Linda. Here we go. Brands may need to recalibrate their cautious strategies on X, particularly given Elon Musk's close ties to President-elect. Close ties? Guys, it's not just close ties. Elon Musk. He's in charge. He's not in charge. I'm just saying that. There's something of government efficiency. Something. Elon Musk. Govern. If you didn't know, now you know. Efficiency. So basically, here we go. Thank you, BBC. He's been put on this role with this guy. I think his name is Vivek. I don't know where I've seen him from. Where was he from? Oh, he's got a pharmaceutical company. I know he's an entrepreneur. Was he on like one of those money programs? What are they called? Don't know what they called. You know when you go there and you invest money? Oh, the name is not there. Yeah, so he's in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency now, which I presume is like an advisory role where you essentially tell the government, Trump is the government really, what areas they should keep, what areas they shouldn't. It's kind of like what big management consultant companies do when like companies go into like a financial crisis or something, and then they go in and they're like, you need to cut 5% of your headcount, yada yada, and then the companies are like, oh, so and so told me to do it. This is just the smart management consultants told us to do it. Now we have to do it. I think that's kind of what Musk's role is going to be. Yeah. So I think they're gonna invest in. Well, you're basically giving money to Elon, essentially to not annoy him. And in effect, he might not take revenge on you through the government efficiency program, which I don't know if they're giving subsidies to brands like Disney. I don't think so. I don't think Disney and Warner Bros. Are getting subsidies. Maybe IBM if they're doing some kind of like R&D. But I'm not sure how it works in America in particular. But that's fascinating. So I think it's because he's close to Trump personally, and now Trump is going to be in power. A comprehensive list of 2024 tech layoffs. I actually don't know what's happened because there's been so much news happening. I've got no idea what the latest actually is in terms of layoffs. So if this is triggering to anyone, I apologize. I don't mean, it's like rehashing why why you got fired essentially. But it's not you. You're not the issue. You're not the issue. Okay, let's see. Tech layoff is still going strong. Ooh, this year more than 130,000 jobs. Damn, I didn't know it was that much. Oh, there's a layoffs tracker. I'm so stupid. Okay. Oh, okay. Cuckoo FM. No. Even they're letting go of people. Jeez. Oh, they do everyone, regardless of where you're from. Oh, wow. Look at all these layoffs post IPO. What does that mean? Oh no, that just means because those are just companies that are public. It's not because they're laid off. Because, anyways. Okay, right. By tracking these layoffs, we're able to understand. Look at this, guys. Oh my god. This is insane. AMD is laying off 4% of its workforce. That's 1,000 people. 23andMe, we saw that. Chegg is the one that helps with like AI school stuff, right? Yeah. 24/7 homework help. What would you like help with today? Oh, maths, please. Oh, really? What does this do? Oh, why is it in... I remember these kind of platforms. I don't know. I guess they have AI embedded in them now. Okay. Hold on. Is it not AI? I thought they'd have AI embedded. Maybe they don't. Maybe that's why they're falling behind. You guys remember these? When they always lock it behind... But dude, this is why no one likes it. Why is it locked behind? Ah. Anyways, forget it. Yeah, look, of course you've lost 99% of your evaluation. Because everything's locked. Kids are not going to sign up to accounts to get answers to their homework. Should have found a different way. But he's easy hating from outside of the club. I can't even get in. Enphase Energy. What do you guys do? Harness the sun to make a solar company. You know why you're struggling? Are you not based in China? Where are you based? You're based in the United States. Yeah. You're competing with China, aren't you? You compete with China. I know you're competing with China. Sorry, China, guys. By the way, China's really good at making things cheap. So just the fact that you've got a company based in America is really gonna have issues. Let's see if they wrote why. The continued economic challenges in the solar industry and pointed to cash flow struggles at other solar equipment companies and installers. Yeah, see, they're doing it from Romania, Wisconsin, Mexico. Anything about China? Nothing about China, which is interesting. But the thing is, China. The reason why they're talking about they're having issues with challenges is because China subsidizes quite heavily a lot of their manufacturing. So these companies are gonna struggle naturally, in terms of being the company that you buy from. So, yeah, that's a hard one. Exo is shutting down after 5 years of operations. So, why are you shutting down? This one's shutting down. This one's gone. What are you doing? A supersonic transport aircraft. Oh, so you're doing like the Concorde. They're doing like the Concorde thing again. Yeah. Oh no, it's because the Concorde didn't work. You need to spend a lot of money. What was the issue? Yes. Yes. You had no issues. Unable to bridge was often referred to in defense tech as the valley of death. The period between R&D and commercialization, they didn't know how to make money. They didn't know how to make the the thing cheap enough in order for people to buy it. I think that's what happened with Concorde actually. I think it was too expensive to maintain. This is one problem for vendors looking to sell to the Department of Defense and a place where venture capitalists have said they could step in unless they don't. Without further government, see, it's another government support. Without further government support for its near-term supersonic UAV development, Exosonic can no longer sustain the capital required. It's really expensive. It's really expensive, guys. Because the thing is, right? If you're confused why it's expensive, they literally have to build it, and building it could be wrong. And if it's wrong, then building just one of these is probably like millions and millions of dollars. And yeah, they've only raised that's not enough. That's not enough for supersonic bloody drones for the Department of Defense. I wonder if there's another company doing it. Yeah, so that's another one. I'm not surprised with. Freshworks. Yeah, I just feel like Freshworks probably could just get AI to do a lot of the work. That's a lot of people though. That's 13% of the workforce. Akamai. I've surprisingly never heard of these guys, so I presume. Okay. Yeah. Cloud computing, security, content delivery. Yeah, it's hard. The world's most distributing. Yeah, so that's another tricky one. Oh, so they're okay. So they're popular with gaming companies. Interesting. Another one where it's probably competing with costs against the other big cloud computing. ShareFile. Who's using ShareFile? I don't think I've ever heard of ShareFile. You guys are competing against everyone. Unless like law firms using. Just E is another one. Yeah, automation, e-signing. You're competing with Adobe's version, right? You're competing with Microsoft. You're competing with. Yeah. Okay. So these were bought. So they were bought by Progress Software Corp. They're like, do we need these 200 people? No, cancelled. Just Eat iRobot. Amazon bought it. See, that's the thing, guys. When companies buy companies, the first thing they do is they look to cut costs, and that's usually employees, because that's the most expensive aspect of running a company. Mozilla Foundation. That's rough. That's really rough. Maven Clinic. This is really rough, guys. I wonder if it's to do with just the tightening of capital, because I know. Federates 2020 to 2024. Basically, guys, this is the thing. Like, I don't know if this is a shrinking of the economy or if this is just the economy. Well, this is mainly the U.S. economy, but the U.S. economy, the world follows the U.S. economy anyway. So, but to me, it feels like there was too much growth. Here we go. And these are the target rates. They cut it again though, but I don't know when. Is that it? Fed rate. Yeah, they keep cutting it by like 0.25%. Oh, here we go. Yeah. 5.5. Really? I thought it went down to. Okay. Anyways, so basically, let me do 10 years. How quickly should I explain it? Essentially, the lower the graph, the cheaper it is to borrow money. So say this is the interest rate. You borrow whatever billions of pounds. This is the percentage that you have to pay it back on. So if you just happen to make a profit of 1% from wherever you've invested in, you get to keep 0.75% of that, and 0.25 has to go back into paying back your debt. So what happened is all these companies borrowed an insane amount of money in the COVID era. So if you go on big tech head count growth, I hope there's a chart. If you look, it was like an insane growth. They keep saying it's to do with like, oh, here we go. Yes, whoever made this. So if you look at this, right, guys, Microsoft in the second quarter of 2020, I wish I had like a, you can see my mouse. In the second quarter of 2020, it had 163,000 employees. Within 2 years, they grew that to 221,000. Do you see how that lines up with the 2 years here? Because there's a delay, obviously, between getting the money and hiring and all that stuff. They hired it. So now, if the interest rate wasn't that low, because you can see it wasn't meant to be that low. It wasn't meant to be cut that sharply, nor was it meant to be raised this sharply, really. But that was to curb inflation, because people were spending way too much. Were people spending too much, or was it just this is the only way they had to deal with the pandemic? But essentially, 163,000 in 2 years, you've grown 36%. Thank you to whoever made this graph. TrendlineHQ.io, appreciate it. The same with Alphabet. Alphabet is Google, by the way, if you didn't know. Q4 2020, 135,000. Q4 2022, 190,000. So guys, you're talking, there's 40, 50, 60k additional in Microsoft. You got another 60k additional in Alphabet, so it's 120,000. You've got another 30k, 150,000. And then you've got Apple, who are the only one that really didn't do it. So you can see why Apple hasn't had the big, insane amount of layoffs compared to Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta. Because you can see Apple's only gone up steadily. I mean, they could still do some layoffs, but from how the chart looks, it doesn't look like they were, the keyword, irresponsible. So, but they had to spend the money. So, and this is what they spent the money on. So, me personally, when I look at these layoffs, and I think what you guys should do when you look at these layoffs is, are these tech layoffs, or is this a result of people overhiring? Because I think it's overhiring personally, and I think they can't just get rid of 60k people, because that would make the stock price. It will make investors feel worried and feel like something's up. And there's bad decisions were made, and they're not as profitable, and maybe there could be some government pressure on these companies to not lay people off as quickly as well. So interesting stuff there. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, and also these. So you can see how high that's gone up. So that means this is a 5% borrowing rate. I mean, it's going down now slowly, but essentially what this means is it's very expensive to borrow, and if it's very expensive to borrow, no one has money to spend. If no one has money to spend, no one has money to get employees. And you can't even, and all these companies, especially the companies that rely on funding and rely on venture capitalists just throwing money at them, and this company that's doing, research and development at building the supersonic plane and things like that, all of that stuff is just, they don't have the money for it, because the venture capitalists don't have money because the cost of borrowing has gone up. So, yeah, that's fascinating things over there. Right, what have we got left? T-Mobile was hacked in massive Chinese breach of telecom networks. Interesting. I mean, not interesting. I think there's a hack going on every other day, but let's see what's happening here. I think it's going to be much of, pretty straightforward, unless there's something interesting. Guys, what's all these ads coming from? Get out. T-Mobile was among the systems hacked in a damaging Chinese cyber espionage operation that gained entry into... Guys. Whoa. Thank you. A months-long campaign to spy on the cell phone communications of high-value intelligence targets. High-value intelligence targets. I mean, are you talking government? Or are you talking like FBI agents? The journal reported that Chinese hackers accessed the networks of US broadband providers, and obtained information from systems the federal government uses for court-authorized wiretap. So, so the federal government is wiretapping into various people Guys, all these ads are insane. Have you like? Next time I'm gonna get ad block. This is distracting as hell. So the government, so the U.S. federal government are basically spying on people. Essentially, that's what wiretapping. If you don't know what wiretapping is, it means just intercepting communications. So they can hear what you're saying. You know, like mafia films where they're like, "Oh, are you wearing a wire, or whatever," or like, "Are you wearing a phone?" They usually like get rid of their phones, any kind of like technologies, and then they go and then they talk about drugs or whatever. Um. So so while the U.S. is listening to whoever they're spying on, the Chinese hackers are also listening. So they're both listening and spying on the same people. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, they really need to. They really need to get their security up. That's terrible. You can't have two people listening. You can't have two governments listening. Right. So the U.S. Department of Commerce finalized a $6.6 billion CHIPS Act funding for TSMC Fab 21 Arizona site. Okay. Now this is something I actually don't know much of. All I know is that there's a chip war going on. A chip war. In Taiwan. So essentially, see if there's a chart. Taiwan chip war chart. Is there gonna be a chart? CNBC, can you help me out? You got anything? Have you got anything? You got anything? Okay. Ooh. Can I click on the source? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Right. So, guys, so semiconductors are the little tiny chips that go in your phones, your computers, well, anything that powers electronics, essentially. Cars, anything that involves electricity probably has a semiconductor chip inside them. And the people that make this chip is essentially one company that dominates, and that company is in Taiwan, is TSMC. Is it Taiwanese, fully owned Taiwanese? It might be. Yeah, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. So everyone essentially relies on Taiwan because they've got the special machines that make the chips a certain size that no one else has. So you can see 54, over half of the semiconductors produced in the world is in Taiwan. That's not very good, guys, because if you didn't know, I believe China believes Taiwan belongs to them. So I think they're like almost always like imminently at war. It's kind of like North Korea, South Korea. If one country thinks you belong to them, it's kind of hard to, and they're like a world superpower, it's hard for you to say no. And if 54% of manufacturing is based there, it's not a good idea. So and if that happened and China took over and all of a sudden now China owns it all and now China can block and tell and control, and all of a sudden China can say, you know what, Apple, you're not going to get these, or Nvidia, you're not going to get these, or any kind of US companies, you're not going to have it. It would be very bad. And then they'll just give it to Chinese companies instead, and things like that. So they can hold that politically. It's kind of like a trade, a trade power that they can have over the US. So the US didn't want that, I believe, and I think it's trying to build its own foundries, I believe they're called, which is where the chips are made. Okay, yeah. So they're trying to it's trying to woo them to build the new site in Arizona instead. Wow, $65 billion. 6,000 manufacturing jobs, 20,000 construction jobs. There was 160,000 layoffs, guys. Remember that? But I don't know how many new jobs have opened either. So, okay. So essentially, they're trying to get the manufacturing to happen on U.S. ground. So, yeah. See, so the signing of this agreement helps us to accelerate the development of the most advanced semiconductor manufacturing technology available in the US. So they're bringing it closer to home. So that's kind of what's happening. So I wonder if it's still going to be if it's going to be more expensive to make. But we'll see. We'll see. This is the only thing I'm unsure about. But I am aware that this chip war is very important, and I'm definitely not sure how Trump is going to handle it either. Starlink apparently is sold out to customers in London and the southeast. See, Starlink is pretty interesting because it is useful. It is useful. If you don't know what Starlink is, it's basically Elon Musk's satellite internet service. And what they do is they give you this kit, and this kit you put that outside, or you mount it up on the wall, or you put it. It's meant to basically bring internet to rural areas that you can't get, like a fiber line into, for like a low cost. So I don't think it costs that much. I remember looking at it, but I wonder why. Yeah, so Starlinks have got thousands. If you look Starlink satellites, if you look at a Starlink in the sky, I wonder if this has still got a real time view. It was something ridiculous. So it would be something like that. They have thousands of satellites, guys. It's an insane amount. So I have no idea who let them do this, because I think space should be like controlled by like the UN. I don't know if I don't think private companies should be able to just send shit up there. But I have no idea. Like I don't know if like they have like a deal to like not, you know. Yeah, that's a lot of information that they can just get. So essentially, all these satellites here, they act like the internet, so they can all just speak to each other, go bam 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 bam. So if you're here, you could do something, and then you'll speak to the satellite, you'll send something off the satellite, and then that will send it across the world, and then it'll get the information out. So it's kind of like one big peer-to-peer network, essentially, where the more people that use it, the better it gets. So so it looks like a lot of people are using it. It's too many. It's a good problem. Too many people are using it. They're at capacity. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense. If you've got access to high speed internet, if you've got access to fiber, Virgin, BT, O2, whatever, just use that, because the latency is pretty bad for Starlink. So I would only use that if I'm living in the middle of nowhere, and obviously Virgin is gonna build a fiber connection on my street. Okay, well, that's interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely popular. I don't see what's wrong with it. I just dislike the fact that it's privately owned, but also the reason it's been developed so quickly and has such good customer service and such good branding is because it's private. That's the thing. Anything that's like, it would be nice. I don't like anything that's easily politically swayed. Because Elon can just be like, yeah, if the more people become dependent on it, then Elon could theoretically, I think he did that maybe with Ukraine or something, or Russia. I can't remember. One of the two. Somewhere he just like, he took satellites off, or he put satellites there. So he's got the ability to be able to just disconnect a whole country. So if I'm a country in the global south and I've got no high speed infrastructure, a fiber infrastructure network going in, I definitely wouldn't use Starlink. I think Canada just paid Starlink $100 million. Oh my god. I'm literally Canada. I think Canada. Guys, this is literally what I was saying to not do. Don't do this. Now you're reliant. Now they're. But I understand it's maybe a quick way. I hope this isn't permanent. clause states that Starlink needs to create socio-economic opportunities. Guys, yeah. So Starlink is See, now the thing is, the governments are using Starlink to speed it up so they can get people online quicker instead of thinking about the long-term implications of having a private internet provider that has no requirements. And if Ontario decides to not, pay so they're not paying the monthly costs. So what, the end users are meant to pay $140 a month? Don't know. I just think I get why they're doing it, but is there really no way to spend that $100 million? I mean, if it's remote, I kind of get it, but there has to be a better way. We'll see. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. We'll see. But that was sick. That the amount of satellites they've got up in the air. That's pretty cool. All right. Top routinely exploited vulnerabilities. I mean, we can kind of guess what this is going to be, right? The top exploited vulnerabilities. Is there a list? Guys, come on. I can't read it. Guys, I'm sorry, I can't do it today. I hate when they just don't, tell me. I'm getting lazy. You know what? I'm giving you big fat cross for that. 0 out of 10. No bueno. No bueno. Terrible. You know what is bueno? Grannies. Yeah. AI grannies. I think this is hilarious. AI grannies apparently are being utilized to waste scammers' time. It's been nearly an hour. Who's using it? The creation of O2. O2? Damn it, of course it's something O2 would do. When the AI does hand over the demanded bank details, it reads out fake numbers and names. You know what? This is a good idea. I wonder if they were inspired. Yeah. They were inspired by the scam baser Jim Browning. Of course, it goes back to YouTube. Jim, you know Jim? If you guys don't know Jim is the guy on YouTube. Yes, except Jim is the guy on YouTube. He does this, there's scammer pages that where he just wastes their time. And then he gets access to their webcam and stuff. Oh, it's hilarious. You could tell look how stressed he's been. He's got one video every 3 months. That's how much effort goes into it. And he's been in the meantime he's been training Daisy. Daisy's not a granny name though. It's not a granny name. Okay, so they're saying, we don't have access to Daisy, unfortunately. Yeah, it would be nice if they gave an ability to forward a call to Daisy. If you're a Virgin, I think O2's owned by Virgin now. If you're a customer, you can just forward it to Daisy because it's a scam. That would be quite funny if you could do that, but you can't. Oh, they're just always just bloody everything. Just all the fun stuff is hidden. This one was kind of worrying a little bit. NYPD has the green light to launch drones remotely in 3 boroughs across New York City. Don't know how I feel about that. What does it mean? Got the FAA, I think that's the Federal Aviation Administration. Yeah. To launch drones across 3. What was it for? Is it to spy on people? The 10 newest drones will be deployed remotely and fly autonomously to exact. Okay, why? Missing people. Okay. Alerts from shot spotter gunshot detection system. Incidents of robberies and grand larcenies and other crimes in progress. Okay. Because the cost of getting a helicopter is too high. I presume, right? And these drones are smaller and easier to be able to just get off the ground. And the police have to chase after the suspects. You know what? Oh, that's kind of scary though. I'm not gonna lie. You're just not even gonna deal with people anymore. Imagine going out for a protest. That's the one thing I dislike. Is I dislike when you put tech in between like humans, because we've all seen it with social media. I mean, I love tech, but it's gonna feel more like a game. Like, imagine if they put guns on those drones, right? And then all of a sudden, like, if you're the drone guy and you're wearing a headset, it just feels like you're playing COD. You're just playing like a really realistic Call of Duty, and you just shoot down the robber. Whereas like in real life, you'd have to like see him die, and that would maybe make you think twice. But yeah, it says they want to leverage the latest technology to enhance their emergency response from remotely sending drones. So it will come in as little as a minute. It will mean more efficient policing. It will help increase the safety of our response. Okay, it's only safe if they don't put guns on it. As soon as they put guns on it, I just think it's gonna get worse. I think it's gonna get shot down. I'll be honest. I think it's gonna get shot down. Yeah, unless they have like a 360 drone that can like, you just put the latest like 5090 GPU with a Taiwanese chip built in Arizona. Yeah, they have 100 drones and 110 drone operators. So basically one drone per person. I want to see what they look like. I don't want to hear it though, so I'm not going to play it. I'll play it a little bit. I want to know what they look like. Show me what they look like. Show me what they look like. I need to see it flying. Is this what they're used for? Oh, guys, this is scary, bro. Doesn't this feel like, like the war in Ukraine? Between Ukraine and Russia. And you know the clips that they show you when they, like, drop bombs and shit? Yeah, see? Ooh, I don't know. Like, I get it. I get they have to be efficient. But you're just chilling. Imagine you're just chilling. You're just chilling. They're like, there's a suspect! And the drone operator, because they only have 100 drones. Have 100 drones and 110 operators. That means imagine there's 100 phone calls and all 100 drones have to go out, and you're tired, you're exhausted, and you're just like, oh my god, there's literally only like 10 guys, and those 10 guys are off while the other 100 have to work, and like you just there's just a shortage. There's just a shortage of workers, and oh my god. Anyways, I'm not gonna think about it too much. You know what? I prefer the AI grandma. Let's say AI grandma. This is how they should use it. God, why is it like everything in America just gets darker, doesn't it? But they're more efficient. That's the thing. Because they're so like capitalist, corporate first, they usually are the first, and then the rest of the world tends to copy. Sorry. There's the differences. Interesting. Well, anyway, guys, that's the news together for today. I hope you guys have learned a lot. It's been about an hour. I've definitely learned a lot. And let me know if there's any other videos you want me to cover as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.